Fucking yeah. God. All right. Let me pull the note up so I know what we're talking about. News. Stupid Sally.
Who the fuck is Stupid Sally? I can't wait to hear about that.
Yeah, I'm like, who is Sally? Sally Struthers?
Goddamn Sally Stars.
Tony and Justin, are you reviewing anything?
Oh shit.
Shit.
Or recommending anything? You don't have to.
Actually, I just finished a movie like right now, so I'll review that.
Wait, what was it?
Founder.
Okay. Wait, are you gonna recommend it or?
Yeah, I recommend it. It's pretty good. Well, damn it! Spoiler alert.
We're live already. I don't know if they watched the video version.
True.
It's all right. Get to me at the reviews, and I'll think of something. I know there's something I was going to review. I just don't remember what.
Oh, I can review the place I went to last night. There you go.
All right. Cool.
All right.
Are you doing an intro, Justin, or no?
Yeah, I'll do one.
All right. Whenever you're ready.
Yeah. Hello and welcome to episode 19 of Same Person Radio. Wow, 19. Next one's 20. That's a lot of episodes of content and stuff. All right. Anywho, I'm one of your hosts. My name's Justin. I'm doing swell. It's Sunday morning. Got my cup of water. I'm ready to go. Joining me always is Brandon Coffrin.
Hello.
Hi, Brandon. How are you doing today?
Good.
Good to hear. Also joining me is the downtown Tony Brown.
Don't do drugs, kids.
And also joining me, maybe a little hungover, is Stephen Calvin.
No, not indubitably. I don't believe that I am hungover, but thank you for that.
That's like a slight British voice.
It was like changing halfway through on it. No more women, no more Britain.
Did I get Russian? Is that's what it sounded like? Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. As Creepy Justin has already told you, episode 19 of Same Person Radio. What'd you say?
I said, now you sound like my wife.
That's true.
She's a savage.
Justin.
She calls you Creepy Justin?
No.
She calls him old man. That's what she calls him. Damn. What a savage. My wife.
29, and the person does not card you for a drink. And then your wife's like, man, how does it feel to look that old that you don't have to be carded? And it's like, you know what? I'm going to leave this anniversary dinner right now.
Yeah, how does it feel to be 29, guys? I just want to know. I'm curious.
Fuck.
You old fuck. I can still say I'm 2 years younger than you for 3 more weeks.
And then you'll be old as dirt, too. You'll be almost old as dirt.
Almost old as dirt. True.
We're dust in the wind now. You'll just be dirt, man.
Better than a candle in the wind. Ooh. Oh, but speaking of music, actually, that would be today's theme is music. We're going to talk to you guys a little bit about some of our favorite artists, some people who think we're overrated. Justin's going to give us some recommendations. Brandon's going to give us a rant. We have a segment that we've been talking about for a while that I think we're going to maybe get into this time, and got some news. So let's start off, guys, with some overrated and underrated bands or artists. Start wherever you'd like. Justin, overrated, underrated, who you got?
Okay, so underrated, band in my shirt, Norma Jean. I've liked them since high school, so long time ago.
God damn, that was back when Jesus was walking, right?
That was back when fucking dinosaurs were roaming.
Wait, so they were Roman dinosaurs?
There was No, well, maybe. I don't know who they identified with.
I have Julius Caesar
here. We're dinosaurs. Anyway, yeah, but I've always really liked them. I've always thought they were really good. I don't know what you'd classify them as. I mean, I've heard a bunch of things. They're guitars and stuff is just very like, meow, 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 you know, stuff like that.
like a cat.
I would say so. Dying cats.
It's like catcore. I'm gonna call them catcore from now on.
Okay.
So, but I've always really liked them, and I don't really hear anyone really talk about them that much. I always feel like there's like the opening, like either the opening or the third opening band for like another bigger band usually. So, and then Enter Shikari is another one. They're like a mix of like kind of like, I wouldn't call it metal, but like metalcore, I guess, and like synths and stuff. It's like, I don't know. That's also from high school. And there's another band like still to this day I don't ever hear one, and they have several albums that I like by them. M83 is another band that I think is underrated. They're kind of more of an indie or alternative thing. First song I ever heard by them was Midnight City, which is probably their most popular, but then I've listened to a bunch of their stuff since then, like their other older albums and stuff like We Own the Sky and stuff like that. That whole, then the thing is, it's like one guy and he plays like all the instruments, from what I understand. Like even when he plays live, I guess they have a really good live story. Like some songs he's playing guitar, some songs he's doing this, some songs he's playing saxophone, some songs he's doing like all types of stuff. So I don't know, I just feel like it's very underrated because he's just like very talented. And then actually, I don't actually follow like current popularity in like the rock world, but Issues is a band that I've recently started liking, and I still don't hear anyone talk about them or see anything. I don't know how popular they are, but if they're super popular, then I guess they're not underrated. But I don't know, I just feel like they do something really different with their music, with adding like a lot of pop, almost like other influences like that into their music. So that's all my underrated. I don't know if we want to just go to all underrated, or you just want me to spit out my overrated.
Let's go to somebody else for the underrated. We'll do all underrated. Tony.
All right.
Got a
first one I get. How about now?
Nope.
Is it? Wait, oh, it's all right, Brandon, you go. Well, I fix this.
All right.
Technical.
So most of the bands I did like are pretty, I guess, popular in their like crowd, I guess, but like I'm still hearing echo. Is it Tony?
Might be. No, Tony's muted, so then it's somebody else.
I don't hear any mute, so it's probably me. But I don't know why it would be muting because I don't have anything open.
I mean,
yeah, you are the only one that isn't echoing, Justin. So
blame me, why don't you?
I didn't blame you. I just wanted to know while you were talking, there was an echo.
Is there still an echo?
No.
Okay.
No echo.
All right.
Okay.
All right.
No
So yeah, like these bands I feel like are pretty popular, but I based it off of kind of our local radio stations and stuff like that, and I've never heard them on our stations before. So let's start with Bayside. They're kind of like a punk rock band. Like I said, they're probably pretty popular in the punk rock like scene, but they're definitely a band I've never heard on our like radio station. So I feel like they're probably a little underrated because of that. The next one is Newfound Glory. Kind of the same situation, punk rock pop rock, whatever it is.
I like pop rock.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like they're extremely popular in that scene, but like again, I've never heard them like at all on the radio station. They've probably, I don't know, maybe back in the day they had some music videos on MTV, but that was about it. The next one is Census Fail. They are kind of like one of the original like kind of screamo bands. They're still going strong, but like you don't really see them headlining many tours, even though they put on a very good show. And obviously they're not going to be put on the radio because of their genre. But and then the last one is played on the radio here, but I feel like they still aren't very well rated. Is Deftones. I mean, obviously they're played on the radio a little bit, but it's only like a few certain songs, and I feel like it's never their best music that's played on the radio, except for maybe like around, oh God, I can't remember the name now. I'm just gonna skip that. But And then I feel like they're almost never headlining, even though they've been around for so long, and they're such a appreciated band and such a good band, and like they've never gotten their dues. I believe. I feel like so.
Yeah. You would feel like right now, since like they're kind of getting into like the old. Like we're becoming the old people, so you would think it'd be like really popular, like how Foo Fighters is extremely popular.
Right, exactly.
Like, it'll pack a stadium.
Like all the hipsters shouldn't be listening to Deftones right now. Is what I'm trying to say.
I don't think hipsters.
Yeah.
I don't think hipsters.
I don't think hipsters are
but I'm just saying, like they should be like in that. Like I think like they're like in the same eras, like Foo Fighters and like Nine Inch Nails. Nine Inch Nails are headliner place now still, but like I think Deftones would be at that level too.
Yeah, you would think so. Like you think they could bring in a large enough crowd to where they can be headlining like a stadium tour or something. But if anything, if they're headlining, it's probably just going to be in like a small little 100 to 200 people stage, and that's it.
Yeah.
It is a weird thing though. Like you guys mentioned, Foo Fighters and Nine Inch Nails, like their new music that they're coming out with is played a lot on the radio, and Deftones isn't.
Yeah.
Like that's
if anything, it's all their stuff from the 90s that's played. Nothing new.
Right. So I think that helps with them not being able to headline like a big, like if somebody's going to a football stadium and they're going to headline, it's going to be the other ones. But
and that's weird because they're like new music is consistently good.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not as, I wouldn't say it's as good as the old stuff, but like the old stuff is like a 9, the new stuff is like an 8. So it's not like it's still good. So it's surprising that it hasn't caught on still.
So that's all of my underrated bands.
All right, Tony.
All right. First on my list is Sleigh Bells, which I'm sure Brandon knows it. Steven, you've heard them.
I probably heard them, but it doesn't ring a bell.
So close the podcast down now.
All right, well, shutting this laptop. Justin, have you ever heard of them?
I feel like I've heard of them, but I couldn't tell you what they sound like or anything about them.
So they're like a I don't know how to describe it. Like it sounds like a rock band, but it's not really. It's a guy and a girl. The girl sings, the guy just plays guitar, and then they have like one of those machines, that MIDI machine, whatever machine that makes music in the background. And it's basically that. So it's basically like guitar riffs with a girl singing. It sounds like when I first heard them, it sounds like a cheerleading squad singing to like cheering to like heavy metal music, kind of. And I just feel like they're very. I'm surprised it hasn't caught on because they're very like not weird, but it's something so kind of.
So they
outlandish
on Wikipedia, on their Wikipedia page, their genre that they call it noise pop.
Yeah.
So I guess it's just a bunch of noises with a girl singing.
Yes,
with a poppy girl singing. Okay.
Yes. So and I'm just kind of surprised that they haven't like caught on as much as they should, because it is very like, it's like if you like pop music, you have the girl. Then if you want some heavy music, you have the guy there. Yeah. So and Steven, just for reference, do you remember Jessica Jones at the end when she's meeting Kilgrave and she has headphones on and there's a song playing? That's Sleigh Bells. Yes, that's Sleigh Bells.
Then okay, I know what it is. Yes.
Yeah. Next on my list is Charlie XCX. I know she's very popular, but I feel like she's not like kind of what Brandon was saying about Deftones. She's not like, I don't feel like she's not
overall popular, but she's popular in that. In that music scene, in that genre. I feel like they're
yeah,
I feel like she's like a secondary pop artist. Like she's not like
she's not like the Katy Perry's and
she's not a down. It's like she'll open for Katy Perry. She's not gonna ever headline
one. Yeah. So and I feel like she should. I think I kind of like her music more than like a Katy Perry. So I'm just kind of surprised she's not as.
It's not hard to like songs better than Katy Perry.
Well, I'm not just other people too, but we'll get to that.
Oh, bash Katy Perry, you'll turn into Taylor Swift.
We'll get to that later.
Yeah. Okay.
And then my last one is Best Coast. I feel like they should be. I don't know. I feel like at this point, because I feel like they're more mainstream now, but they're not as mainstream as they should be right now. They're getting to like. I feel like they should be like not the Foo Fighters level, but like they should be at like that transition point for the Foo Fighters.
Their music is that good; they should be there.
Yes, Yes.
Well, I'll let you know in exactly 1 month, Tony, how good I think they are when I see them in concert.
Oh, that's right. They're playing with Paramore.
Yeah, they're opening for Paramore.
Yeah, they should be like. I don't know this, but you're probably what you're thinking is they should be like where Paramore was when like Misery Business came out.
Yeah, they should be like hitting. I feel like each CD is good, getting better and better, and like they're sounding more mainstream. So you would think that they would, hit that ceiling, break through the ceiling. And I do have one more that kind of popped in my head.
Honorable mention.
It kind of relates to it kind of contradicts Justin's. Is the Chariot? Justin, you heard of the Chariot?
Yep, I've heard of him. Yep.
Yeah, I feel like they're like what Norma Jean should kind of sound like still, because I feel like Norma Jean has gotten.
They've gone kind of Norma Jean's definitely gone different directions. So
yeah, they're not softened up, but the way they sound with the original singer, which is the singer from the Chariot, they don't sound like that anymore. And the Chariot kind of sounds more like what they used to sound. So I'm surprised they're not.
Norma Jean's their most recent album, I thought, was pretty heavy, wasn't it?
Yeah, they went way back heavier on the last one.
I haven't listened to it. So.
But I think it was Maradona, which I think was 2B4, if I remember correctly. That one was like definitely a little more like it was still screamo and stuff, but they like kind of mixed like a little bit of mainstream rock into it and like kind of made like a little bit more friendly. Yeah. But then I think they realized like no one gives a shit. We're just gonna go back and do what we were doing. No one's gives a shit that we just like anyone. Then one's like, meh.
So that's it.
I'm surprised this shirt actually fit me because it's a large and I'm a 2X. So
yeah, you are.
I'm not stuffed like a sausage in it. So
that's good.
Jesus Christ.
So my underrated. So you guys know a lot more musicians, and I'll listen to your music, and it's really good. But mine are kind of
underrated. Taylor Swift.
Pretty much.
He's like
Paramore. It's like no one's heard of Paramore.
Right. No. Go ahead, Tony. What you make fun of me too?
Yeah, I was gonna be Steven's like my 3 underrated bands: Tony's music, Brandon's music, Justin's music.
Pretty much. That's what my underrated.
No, those are overrated. He's like overrated.
Right. Overrated. Brandon's playlist, Tony's playlist, Justice's playlist. So my go into the category, like we had already talked about, of like groups that aren't on the level that maybe they should be, or like their music or whatever. So the first one I have is Paris. Like they have a sound. Actually, I didn't even realize all of mine are female singer groups. Paris is one. They kind of are on the, like, I compare them to Paramore, and like if I hit Paramore radio on Spotify, Paris always comes up, but they don't have that popularity. And I really like a lot of their stuff. Another one I have is Ellie Goulding. She has some songs on the radio, but again, she's not in the Katy Perry, Taylor Swift popularity. But I like a lot of like. I could listen to all of an Ellie Goulding album and like all of it, whereas the other ones, like you like a song from Katy Perry because it's catchy, but that's it.
Damn straight.
So and I know Brandon. I knew Brandon was gonna like that one. And then the third one I had was actually Fox's. She has been on a song, I think, with like not Skrillex. I can't even think of the guy's name now. The guy that Taylor Swift dated. You know, one of the
Calvin Harris.
Yeah. She was on a song with him, and she's been on a few songs like that. But her stuff by herself is actually pretty good. If you haven't partaken in listening.
I got one more honorable mention. Childish Gambino.
Is he?
I don't know.
I feel like he's starting to finally get to that level, but like his first CD, I feel like because the internet, like the second CD.
I don't know. I feel like Childish Gambino is popular. Donald Glover is not.
Yeah, I guess that's probably a lot more. That is probably true.
Yeah.
I would flip it. I would say he's more popular than Childish. Like,
maybe now. Maybe now.
I think.
Yeah.
I still think 50% of people in the world don't know that he is Childish Gambino.
So. Yeah.
I have one more honorable mention too. Is Say Anything. That band they're like hilarious, smart, and just really good as well, all at the same time. And I mean, like, I don't think anyone ever gives them any kind of recognition or anything like that. So.
I got one more, and I'll just say Under Oath.
I was gonna say them, but I was like, because I'm mentioning them in something else. So
okay, but yeah, I'm gonna say Under Oath just because they're damn good. They're real good.
So I think So those are all underrated, and I think it might be a pretty cool idea if maybe our social media guru Tony Brown, now that he has the logins to our social media accounts,
all the posts he made this week,
should maybe take some of the best songs from all the underrated people that we've said and like post out the link,
All right.
Yeah.
video or something like that. I think that'd be pretty good. I think.
Right? Damn, I gotta do Spotify and Apple Music links.
Right. We'll send you the link for the Spotify ones,
or you can just do. Yeah, I guess you could also do like a YouTube playlist even.
Yeah, just like link it to the pages.
Yeah, that might work.
Yeah.
Whatever.
All right, so let's do top 3 overrated.
Top 3.
Justin.
I got
Number 1. Let's keep it to 3. If
All right.
you have more, yeah.
All right, I'll cut one of mine then.
And keep it simple.
Number 1 is Five Finger Death Punch. I just think they're not good at all. All their stuff is just it's like literally every song is the same.
Was that a speedboat?
What?
Was that a speedboat?
Basically.
So you prefer cats over speedboats, basically.
And then like they had like the one song with like Facebook, cheeseburgers, applesauce. I like ice cream. Like I was like, what are you even doing anymore? Like you're not like their first CD was like, okay, this is all right. I was into that kind of stuff back then. But then like it was like we're just gonna keep making the same songs 20,000 times. I'm just like, all right, Death Punch, I'm out. I'm not a fan. Number 2, this one's gonna be controversial. I guarantee it, but it's Green Day. What? I just don't really like them. I don't know why. I just think they're fine, but I don't think there's nothing like I feel people are like they have huge shows and they're like on that huge level like we were talking about, and I'm like I don't really get it. I mean, I guess it's because they're one of the original like famous punk rock bands. You
can't really see it, but Green Day's right on my list.
It's on mine too.
Overrated.
Yeah, it's on my list too.
Yeah, I just don't. I personally just don't get it, like why they're so popular. And then number 3 is gonna probably
just say it. Just say both of them.
Jason Aldean in almost any modern country because it's garbage. And it's like I'm not a country fan, so maybe that's why. But I feel like it's like pickup truck, blue jeans, taking them off, and putting you on my truck and doing it, and like it's like I still love you though, Marlboro. So, like it's like a cookie cutter fucking thing. It's like the same. Every one of them. It's like same song, same song, same song, same song.
There was a statement by an older like actual country singer that said that basically country music now is rap music for white people who are scared of black people.
What?
Because like, if you listen to the way the country is, they're not actually singing anymore. They're like it's like white people rapping.
Yeah.
Right. They're like they're talking in rhythm, which is more what rapping is.
Right.
And so that's what they're doing, but it's not actual rap. It's I'm gonna take you home tonight in my truck, and we're drinking, and we're gonna have a party.
I slipped you a roofie. Now I'm thinking I'm gonna get some.
They're talking about them hard streets in Nashville,
right?
the hoods of Tennessee,
right? No, they got the Memphis Blues. That's what they're talking about.
But yeah, I don't. I mean, some of the stuff is like catchy. I'm not gonna say it's not, but it's some of it's just like. It's just, I just think it's overrated.
Catchy doesn't make
this
good,
is the greatest music. It's like, no, you're listening to 400 versions of the same song over and over again.
No, only basic bitches like it.
You call your wife a basic bitch? Doesn't she like country?
Basically.
Well, she won't hear this till like December, so you should be good.
I have time to make up for it. Actually, Aaron hates current country music, so.
Oh, okay. Well, there you go.
No,
welcome.
Absolutely hate it.
Yeah, it sounds like rap.
My other one was Jimmy Buffett, but I don't know.
My aunt would kill you.
That's exactly. If you're like a parrot, like if you're one of their fans,
she has a parrot head. Like she's a
parrot head. Exactly
% parrot head.
Then I get it. It's just one of those things. Like it's just not for my generation. I think
it's not you. Yeah. All right. Brandon, overrated. You're muted.
You're muted.
Yes.
Yes, you are muted.
I was like, I can kind of hear him, but I can hear him downstairs.
He's actually the same.
Now you're good.
Yeah.
Am I? Okay, that was weird. Okay, so I could probably make this list pretty long if I had more time, but I'll just go with what I have. First one is Rolling Stones.
That was gonna be another one.
I don't understand their popularity. Actually, like if I needed any evidence to know, or like, okay, so the popularity of Rolling Stones is all the evidence I need to know that that generation was on so many drugs. Like, they are terrible. Like, Mick Jagger's voice is awful. I don't understand it.
I can't get no.
It was the British invasion. That whole, I think it was just because that whole entire one, like you said, the generation, but that musical event in history, I think it just they were part of that, and it was a big thing. So,
next one is Guns N' Roses. That's another one where I can't really stand his voice. I'm not a fan of that kind of singing, I guess.
But Sweet Child of Mine.
I can't really.
Brandon's like anybody from the 80s and before, I hate.
Yeah. No, okay, so the next one, I think Steven will disagree with me probably. It's Red Hot Chili Peppers. I actually can't stand them either. The only song I like, and that's for nostalgia like sake, is the one song from Power Rangers.
Yeah.
I can't, like, it's the one where they're skydiving or whatever. Yeah, other than that, that's another one where I can't I don't get it.
Hashtag
like,
not same person.
Yeah, and I just don't.
Same. Hashtag not same person.
He's like,
I feel like his voice is just like on a level where it's like people are singing along with him, and he's like, and they're almost similar, even though they're terrible. And they're like, "Hey, I could be a rock star. Sound just like him."
That's how I feel every time I play Rock Band. Okay.
So yeah, and then I don't mention Imagine Dragons. Can't stand them. They are too intense for no reason.
Radioactive.
That Grammys performance though was fire. With Kendrick Lamar, like 2 years ago, I was like, I'm all about this, and then like I listened like the whole CD. I'm like, this all sounds the same. There's just them screaming for no reason.
All right, Tony, overrated.
My first one is Taylor Swift. I don't get it. I just don't get it.
You're not basic enough.
Yeah, right on that. I don't know. And part of it, sadly, is more of it's less of the music.
It's more about her as a person.
Yeah, because it's like she's always complaining. Oh, somebody hurt my feelings today. Oh my God, get over it. You're rich. God, Jesus Christ. And then, I mean, I don't know. I just don't get why everybody loves her so much. I love the music so much. I'd almost say I'm more of a fan of like her country, her
early
music.
stuff,
like her early, when she's
before she was corrupted by LA.
Yeah, and Kanye West, before
No, I think it was T-Pain that corrupted her.
Really?
Have you heard her rap with T-Pain?
No, and I never will.
You should. No, you should. It's pretty funny, actually. There's a video that goes along with it. You should listen to it. It's pretty fun.
Sure.
Singer turned rapper.
Okay. Okay. My number 2 is kind of gonna have it's gonna have like 2 different bands because 2 different people. Because I just thought of the other person who's very overrated. The first one is kind of overrated in like our circle of friends. I think it's overrated in our circle of friends. Is Taking Back Sunday.
Circle of friends. I knew he was coming with.
Yeah.
Everybody loves that song. All our friends love it. Love them. I like them. I'm like, I'm like, okay.
Is it like when you guys are like hanging out? Is it like the one song from Taking Back Sunday comes on and everybody loses their shit?
It's it's any song really.
They have that.
I feel like
there is one.
There's that one.
It's I can't remember what it is. It's like
I just remember I was hanging like Aaron and I were hanging out with you guys at Brittany's house, and that song came on, and everybody freaking out and started singing it. And I didn't know the words, and I was like, "Oh, cool." I was like, "All right, Aaron's time to go. We gotta leave."
Oh God, they're gonna stop my shit.
Right.
I think that's just Taking Back Sunday fans, like people that like Taking Back Sunday, because I know people that like Taking Back Sunday, and they literally like they swear like they're the best thing that like they're the best band ever known that no one knows. Like it's like they're good, like I enjoy them, but I'm just like I don't put them as like that level.
I think Thursday's a lot better than them personally, but nobody likes Thursday. But anyway,
I like Fridays, so
yeah,
fucking.
I actually like Saturday because I don't work on Saturday.
And my number 2B is Lil Wayne. Everybody,
Here's why you think he's overrated. You just said his name is Little. That's why.
I guess a little.
That means you're old.
Oh yeah, no. Like I don't get like he's a like a lot of the overrated. Like I'm like they're good, but I don't get like what I don't see the thing that makes him different.
You don't get the hype.
Yeah, because I'm at the time. Jesus Christ, Justin.
That'll make someone turn off the podcast.
I'm just like, you're not talking about anything different. You're not. What are you doing that's different? There's a ton of other rappers who are as good or better than you are, and I'm like, I don't get it.
Drake.
I found the Taking Back Sunday song.
Don't you dare! I thought you were the place. Like, don't you dare!
I was thinking about it.
Don't you dare do it.
What song is it, Brandon? Because actually,
So
last time
Summer.
Tony mentioned it, we didn't know.
It's You're So Last Summer.
Oh, it's not even the one I
See,
thought.
Can you hear it?
Ugh.
Can you hear it?
Copyright strike. Copyright strike. It's like a
That's it, right?
yeah.
Okay.
It's like a
Okay, I know that song.
if we ever lose our friends in like a crowd, you just start playing it, and they're just
Right?
you say
The only people jumping in the crowd will be
And then my last one, like Steven and Justin, is Green Day. I think they're very. I don't know. It's like they had their first album was everybody really loved it, and then I don't know why everybody still likes them because they still fill like stadiums, right? They can fill a.
Yeah.
I'm just like, huh?
They're their own Broadway show, for God's sakes. It's like,
Right.
They are Dookie. I'll tell you that much. They are.
Get out of here. Good God. All right. My three, Green Day is one of them. I also had Justin Bieber. Overrated. He has catchy songs, but it's not good music.
Mhm.
And he's not a good person. And then my second one, because Green Day was third, is Madonna, actually.
Ooh.
A lot of people like Madonna. I don't get it. Her voice to me sometimes is very annoying in her songs. Tony's having hyperventilating over there. But yeah, Madonna for me just doesn't resonate with me.
I get it because I the songs I do, it's like I like one or two songs. I get
Like
that.
she has a popular song or two or three or whatever to Madonna fans, but it's not all of her music is good. So yeah, she's on my overrated list.
I have one that I cannot skip because I just realized Beyonce. I do not get it at all.
I don't get it either.
Ooh boy, the Beehive gonna get
We're
you.
gonna get fucking stung by the Beehive.
I'm gonna get what's
Podcast,
Taylor Swift's crew called? What's the Swifties? I don't know. The Swiffers.
The Swiffer Sweepers.
Like, especially
I'm
after
gonna-
the whole Lemonade thing, that was just pissed me off.
Like,
Like,
what pissed you off? I don't even know. I don't know.
okay, well, because like, so it's supposed to be about how,
About her husband.
yeah, about Jay-Z, but like, it was clearly just a publicity stunt because, first of all, like, the first clue should have been she doesn't write her own music, so it's like, why? Someone else is going to write about Jay-Z for her. Second of all, like, after the song like lost its popularity, no one talked about it at all anymore. Like the affair that happened, like it was clearly a publicity.
With the good hair.
Yeah, and then they had another baby.
Yeah,
But I think that stuff is I think it is true at a certain,
but why
it's
would
one of the things where like it's true. It was
Why
true
would
a long time ago.
Yeah, why would she divorce Jay-Z? He's got so much fucking money. It's
The real question: why would Jay-Z divorce Beyonce?
because she don't got as much money as he does.
Yeah.
She don't own a basketball team. She doesn't have her own music service.
Why does she need to? Her husband owns it.
That's what I'm saying. He don't need her. She need him.
And also, she left him. She probably owned half of both of those.
Yeah, so bam.
Ho.
I got half the rock.
But yeah, I don't know. Just like I said, there's like this like immense popularity with her. Like she's just like the greatest thing. And I'm like, she's fine, but I don't understand why it's like this level of popularity where it's like she is the great. Like she was a Super Bowl halftime show once, so it's like or twice actually. It's like
on that note, she actually did have a good performance on the Super Bowl.
yes.
That was
And the
a
other
good
thing too
performance.
is like she did that performance. I don't know if it was the MTV or Grammy, whatever awards, where she was like pregnant, and everyone's like, "Oh my god, that was the greatest performance ever." I'm like, no.
She's
So
got
So she's got 7 extra pounds in her stomach. She'd be all right.
Yeah.
I was just like, this is not the greatest thing I've ever seen in my life. I was like, everyone's like, oh my God, it brought me to tears. And I was like, you need to get a life.
You know who it was? It was all the single ladies. That's who liked it.
God damn.
All right. That's two today. I'm on a roll. All right. Let's get
like ham and cheese.
right. Let's get to some news.
Yes, let's please.
Yes.
So last week we talked about Domino, who is a character for Deadpool 2.
Dominoes? Oh, sure. I'd love some Dominoes.
You fat.
Give me the
Garlic
bread.
bread bites. Good God.
Say
Parmesan
beets.
bread-
You know what I would like right now? Some Parmesan bread bites from Domino's. Domino's. The catchphrase. I don't know the slogan.
Take the hits.
right? And now they're going to sue us. We don't even get paid for that. We just sue us. So they released a look for Josh Brolin's Cable. What do you guys think of how he looked?
Looks good.
Really good.
Yeah.
Justin, give 2 thumbs up for anybody on the video.
Thanos,
Yeah.
looks,
Better than Domino.
Thanos looks very good. Yeah, I like it.
Right. I thought it looked pretty good. I feel like, I mean, it does look pretty good, but I feel like I'd like to have seen some other people like that just to see what my look would have been.
Mhm.
But who knows? That's
Yeah.
just
And then, you guys all saw the second picture, right? The full body
Yeah.
one.
yeah.
Now it's sparked
With
a
the teddy bear.
some rumors and stuff because of the teddy bear.
The teddy
Yeah.
bear.
Look pretty good. My mind fuck of the week. Did you know? You guys know the show Diners, Drive-ins, and Dives.
Yes.
Yeah.
Guy
With them
Fieri.
with Guy Fieri.
Yeah, Guy Fieri. As much as people make fun of him, so every single episode of that show, he takes a kid from the Make-A-Wish Foundation and the kid's entire family to
He kidnaps a kid in his family.
Yeah.
Jesus fucking Christ.
He takes them to one of the restaurants and gets basically pays for an entire meal for their entire family. Every single episode. One of the places he goes to, he takes the kid and his family there. And then he brings them to the restaurant, feeds them, but then they always go behind the scenes and see the taping and stuff like that. So as much as people make fun of Guy Fieri, he's actually a pretty nice guy. Thought that was
pretty
cool.
Also the lead
Yeah, definitely
singer
didn't know
in
that.
Smash Mouth.
Yeah.
He's also the lead singer in Smash Mouth, if you didn't know.
And that's why people make fun of him, Justin. But he's making
And he's also an ICP.
That's true.
Jesus Christ.
It's just a hair.
Same person.
Good guy.
Have you ever seen all three of them in the same spot? No, you have not.
You ever seen Tony and Batman in the same spot? No. It doesn't mean
Nope.
Tony's Batman.
Mhm.
It's because he's almost black.
That's what Brandon hasn't seen me the last 2 nights. That's what
He's out
Black
there getting his ass whooped.
Kick ass. All right. News topic number 3. Disney is going to pull the content from Netflix and start their own streaming service after their current deal expires. Thoughts on that?
Actually, a coworker was talking to me about that, and he was like, "Yeah, I don't know if I'll do that since he's like, I pay for so many streaming services now with
Right.
Amazon,
Like, wow,
Netflix, and then, Amazon, Netflix, and then a lot of people have HBO,
Right.
and
And
why would
Hulu.
you pay, Hulu, and why would you pay like $10 for account? Well, I'm assuming
There's a lot of movies, but it's
yeah.
I mean, it's not, I guess, that many. It's for to justify a streaming service, especially because I think Netflix is still trying to keep Marvel and
stuff.
Star Wars
Yeah.
stuff.
Star Wars.
Star Wars.
Star Wars.
I think
I
so.
like-
No, wait. Now, if Disney did this, does it count like they're like? Is it just exclusively like Disney by name, or like their like? I think they have
All of their
Mirror-
subsidiaries.
So everything.
Everything under the Disney umbrella is what they would pull. And so it would be all the Marvel stuff. It'd be Star Wars. It would be obviously all of the Disney movies. And then I think there was something people said, like all of the Disney TV shows for kids, like they would put that on the streaming service.
No, I mean like
Which
the
is-
movie, like, no, I mean like the R-rated, like they're the movie studios that they own,
Yeah.
stuff like the
think,
Wine.
yeah,
I think
under
the Wine.
Disney
I
umbrella.
think like Miramax. I don't know if Miramax still exists actually.
Anything under the Disney umbrella, I think, is what
Okay.
they would take off of Netflix.
But like Brandon said, Netflix is still trying to like work out a deal where they can keep Marvel and Star Wars.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Or like
It's kinda
weird
weird,
that
though.
as well. I mean, So
especially because like Netflix, like Marvel Studios did it, but like did Netflix really help them build like make the TV shows?
I think, maybe.
know.
I'm sure they have to fund it somehow, some part of the show.
Well, it also depends how Disney does it. Because if they do like, here's like the base service for $5 more, you can have Marvel. For $5 more, you can have Star Wars. You know, like something like that.
If they're gonna do it, it needs to be, I think, like $10 everything, and you get everything. Like not a tiered service, because like
Like, and it's funny, I hear people always like, it seems like the big thing is about like what they're gonna do with like the Star Wars and Marvel stuff. I feel like I feel like nobody's really talking about the fact that we'll be able to stream all of their old, like all the cartoons, all the actual Disney.
Oh, you mean like the stuff that's in the vault, like Lion King, Bambi, Snow White? Well, that's
we'll sell for a month and then never again.
Right. I'd probably pay for that service. Honestly,
yeah.
Not gonna lie.
Actually, I don't know. Maybe. Yeah, probably. Yeah, probably.
Because if they also put all of like the Disney XD stuff on there, like that's. I mean, there's like in Teen Titans Go on there, Star Wars Clone Wars or Star Wars Rebels, whatever it is.
Teen Titans Go is DC, but
I would say, is that? Wait, is that?
But it's on. That's the TV.
That's Cartoon Network. I don't know.
Wait, I think it is Cartoon Network.
I thought it was Disney XD. Whatever. Either way.
All those old Disney movies, the Disney TV movies.
Yeah. Right.
The thing is, you don't
luck of the Irish.
You would think they don't have enough content, but then when you really start thinking about it, like, oh, they have more than enough content.
Especially if you start talking about those Disney original movies.
Yeah.
And then like the live action movies too.
Yeah. The only thing to your point, Tony, is like I don't know if I could see them having like the umbrella corporations, because like I don't know if I can see them having like essentially R-rated movies and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Unless they
here's Pulp Fiction.
But it's edited. It's like TV edited. So
like even with the Netflix like Marvel series, like those are basically R-rated. Like I mean they're not rated technically, but they're basically R-rated.
Yeah.
So wait, would they call it
Dumbo? Would you like to watch? We suggest watching Pulp Fiction. What?
Yeah,
that would be weird. Like, open up the Disney app, Pulp Fiction. What the fuck? Did they say what it's called, or is it just? Will it?
No, they haven't. I don't think they have any.
I think they just announced they're doing it basically, and then Netflix is like, no.
Yeah. Why,
would like Daredevil and like those Netflix shows? Would those? Like, how does that all work?
Yeah.
Would those be on there too? Then at that point?
I don't know what kind of contracts they have and stuff.
Yeah, I'm sure those would stay on Netflix. I would imagine. I don't know why not, but
right.
I got two names for you. One, they just call it the Disney Vault. That's very simple and easy. Or they can call it like the Wonderful World. Or they say Wonderful World of Disney. Just call it the Wonderful World. Or a Whole New World. Or Arabian Nights. or
if Disney did that, would they? If Disney did do that, would they? Do you think they'll put the 30 for 30s from ESPN on there?
I guess it's possible.
I was like, wait, why would they do that? Because like, okay, ESPN.
That's the other thing too. Is like, would it be like? I wonder if it'd be like Netflix, where like they'd be adding things like monthly and taking things out, or would they just be like? Just growing the library, kind of like, here's the base.
I feel like they should. I feel like that kind of service should literally just grow the library.
Yes, exactly. I think it should be something like, not really the greatest example, but WWE Network, where it's like once it's there, it's there. Like they don't take it away. They're just constantly trying to make it bigger.
Right.
Yeah. Slight tangent. Those 30 for 30 that's basically when they take like a person or like a subject and like the
documentary.
The documentary.
Yeah.
Okay. Here we go. For Disney's thing, they should do 30 for 30s, but like with like the cartoon characters. For like 30 for 30, I'm Aladdin's carpet. 30 for 30, I'm Sid from Toy Story.
Aladdin's ass smells God.
And ever since I got traumatized by those fucking talking toys, I've never been the same. He's been drinking.
I've been drinking.
Took me around the world in 40 hours. You know what stress that is on me?
Yeah. That motherfucker didn't say thank you. God damn it. And
you know those farts that are ingrained in my
that fucking tiger is trying to eat my ass.
He never washes me.
Fucking tiger pissed on me yesterday.
All right, let's move on. Tony went off on too much of a tangent. So Spotify, the popular music streaming service that's better than Apple Music, has officially launched on Xbox One. It's been on PlayStation for a while, but it finally came to Xbox One.
They were like, I guess.
Personally, I'm super excited for it. I think it's awesome. You can stream it straight from, like, if you're playing it on your phone, you can then put it straight to the Xbox, and your whole music library is available.
Mhm.
And it's much better than the video game soundtracks that are usually on there. Madden, NBA, all the ones that get overplayed. Anybody else? No? Anybody use it?
It's really good. I've used it a bunch this week.
Don't use Spotify.
Yeah, don't
So.
so.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's your
My
fault.
thoughts are with you.
All right.
You'll be laughing
yeah.
2 years from now when I go out of business.
They're still bigger than Apple Music. Although I do really want to watch the carpool karaoke videos, but now they're now on Apple Music strictly.
Mm-hmm.
So I might borrow your phone when you guys come over.
Just steal them, Gal. Teach Apple a lesson.
I will.
There's no way.
Oh, you got exclusive content? No, you don't.
They don't. The internet gives out everything.
I know,
my
HBO actors' phone numbers and stuff.
Steve, did you try to call anybody?
No, I should have tried to text. I can't even think of her name. Yeah.
Clark? Hey,
Yeah.
you up?
Right. Anyway,
It's an eggplant.
WYD.
Eggplant.
So the video game No Man's Sky got a really big update, adds 30 hours of content, new missions, even some limited co-op play online. Do you think it's too late for anybody to care?
Yeah.
I feel like
I
you
don't
don't
care.
know
So
that.
I guess.
I downloaded it like a month ago again. I was like, yeah, you know what? Let me just try it again. I played for 5 minutes. It's like, not for me anymore. Actually, maybe I should download it. No.
I think it's probably too late unless they do like a Xbox version at this point, just to kind of drum up some kind of interest in it. Because right now, I think the people that already like have it are like, eh.
Right, have already
What was the
played it.
biggest
Put the
issue
time
with
in.
it? Like when it first came out?
Say what?
What was the biggest issue with it when it
There's
first
no-
came out?
It was
It
like,
wasn't what they
There's
said
nothing
it
to
was.
do.
Yeah, and it wasn't what they said it would be.
yeah, they said like they're like, oh, you could never. They're like, you can never do this in ever. Like, there's too many worlds and this,
could
and like
never get
everyone's like,
center of the
within like a
universe.
week, like within a few days, we're like, oh, I did exactly that. Like I guess the whole point was to get to the center of the universe. And, like people did that like instantly. Like oh, that was easy. I started.
They said it would take 80,000 hours or something like to get there. And
Yeah.
people did it within the first week. So
Like, you could never do it in your lifetime. And then everyone's like, I just did it. There's like,
Boom.
oh, wasted that much money.
oh, and then like the PC version, like it wasn't even like you couldn't play it.
it was
just-
yeah.
It was broke for like a month. So
Damn.
that killed it too.
They fucked up. Last topic, which I just added because I forgot about it. The Rock covered up his Brahma Bull
Fuck you,
tattoo.
Disrespect. Who the hell is he to think that he could paint his tattoo on his arm?
You came from Rocky.
God.
Rocky.
Wait,
Maivia.
what? Did he say why?
No, I didn't see why. I just saw that he covered it up.
It's still a bull, right? Is it? Is it?
Yeah,
It's
I
So-
think it's still like a
like a
more
skull?
like,
It's like a skeleton.
intense bull.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
It's a more I'm gonna beat your ass bull.
I'm gonna eat your ass. I'm gonna eat your
Eat your
ass.
ass. Girl, me eat your ass because I'm a crazy looking
booty.
bull.
keep eating that ass.
It's got that diamond booty.
In that butt.
Hey, you going grocery shopping? All right, Brandon. Rant it up, stupid Sally.
Oh yeah. Well, okay. So you've all heard of Sally before. She sells seashells by the seashore.
Oh,
Yeah.
true.
Who the fuck sells seashells by the seashore? Like,
That's actually pretty good. That's a pretty good business
I mean, it's
concept.
like, okay, you go into the store. Hey, you want to buy some seashells? No, I'll walk 10 feet that way.
Yeah, I'll go that way.
I'll just pick some up that are right here at my feet.
This is bad business. It's like selling a bag of leaves in a forest. It's like, and then it's like, what? You got nothing special to do? Oh, maybe the seashells are painted or something. Well, maybe I wanted to paint them myself, or maybe they looked fine the way they were. Shit. and then what's gonna happen when you go out of business and you're throwing all those painted seashells in the back in the water? That's pollution, Sally. Terrible person.
It's
Well, you dumb bitch.
it's environmental safe paint, Brandon.
Oh, whatever. You don't know that.
It's not lead based.
It's Sally. She's selling seashells by the seashore. She's not very smart. So it's probably not environmentally safe.
No.
God
Sally
damn,
should start selling umbrellas and chairs. She might probably make better business.
All right.
Stupid Sally.
That's fine.
That was pretty good, actually. I like that. That's pretty good. When did you think of doing?
Was that at the beach?
Yeah. Actually, I think last year when we went to the beach, there actually was. I wasn't like actually on the beach or anything like that, but it was like when you're going over. It was like probably like 5 miles out from the Outer Banks. I'm pretty sure we saw like a Sally's like store.
I think we did, yeah.
And they sold seashells?
I think so, yeah.
Probably.
Good God.
Like, it's just like the saying, and you're like, I'm still not buying any because you're an idiot.
Her slogan was probably more than seashells. Like, we sell more than
Like,
seashells.
for $50, I can show you something else.
Good God. All right.
Conch.
Conch.
Put your ear next to it, you can hear the ocean.
All right. Recommendations. Brandon.
I am recommending the TV show Ozark on Netflix. It's a pretty good show. It's like brief synopsis is like this guy without his knowledge gets mixed up in with a crime lord. He convinces him to let him launder some money, and he does it in Ozark. It's very I feel like it's a very it's a very smart show, and the thing I like the most about it actually is Jason Bateman's character is like basically like a darker version of his character from Arrested Development. Like he's still kind of trying to look out for the family. He's still like there's still some quirks about him and everything like that. He's always coming up with the common sense like suggestions, but at the same time, sometimes some of the things he's doing isn't very legal or good. So it's I definitely recommend watching that.
And that's on Netflix?
Yes.
Gotcha. Tony.
I have two. Actually, very quick. First one I recommend is The Founder. I just watched it yesterday. It's about about how McDonald's got franchised and how I guess the guy Ray, I can't remember his name. I'm looking at it right now, but his name's not there. I guess how he basically stole McDonald's idea from the actual McDonald's brothers. And it's a very good movie. Kind of weird because Nick Offerman, he's one of the McDonald brothers, and he doesn't have any facial hair, so I didn't know who. I was like, wait a minute. I was like, that guy looks familiar. Oh shit,
Ron Swanson.
So it was a very good movie. And my second one is I went to me and some friends went to a place called Timber Pizza in DC. Very good pizza. It's kind of like Mod Pizza, where they have the actual wood oven and
brick oven.
The brick oven. Very cool place. A little crowd. It's very small, so we had to stand and eat. But I highly recommend it. Good pizza. They have a bar they have like a little bar in the back too. Highly recommended. We all need to go there. Well, Brandon can't. Shit.
I'll just walk in with Chick-fil-A.
Well, and they have beer brands. You just drink beer. But yeah, it's a very, very cool place. Highly recommend it.
Yeah.
See pictures on my Instagram. Omega Sanction.
Isn't there an underscore somewhere there?
Underscore at the end.
God. Justin, did you come up with something?
I did come up with something. Based on the fact that all I do is read no matter what now these days. The Flash.
Hey, Justin, want to come play video games? Nah, I'm in bed reading like a fucking grandpa.
Reading Justice League. Anyways, my recommendation is actually the Flash Rebirth series. It's actually really, really good, and I'm starting to think that he's actually one of my favorites now. I'm reading the first trade. I think I still have a little bit left, but just from what I've read so far, I already recommend it. So, I don't know. I'll keep it short and simple and to the point.
Yeah.
Flash, Rebirth. Flash. Do it.
Yeah. My recommendation is actually going to be comic based too. I got the trade for the Vertigo Comics Frostbite is the name of the comic. I sat down and read that the other night, and it was very good. It would be something I think that would be pretty cool to be turned into a movie. But I recommend to read that. Basically, there's a second ice age in the world, and so there's a disease that's going around that's basically turning people frozen from inside out. And there's a doctor that knows how to cure it. Got to save her, get her to a certain spot. Pretty good. Recommend it. So
one more quick recommendation, specifically for Justin. When I went to my storage unit, I found this. This is Batman: The Black Mirror. It's by Scott Snyder and Jock. That's the artist name, just Jock. This is Jock. Yeah. This is from Detective Comics. So Justin, before Scott Snyder did like the main Batman book, before New 52, he did Detective Comics. They had him do that first. So this is just like the trade of like some of his run on there. So I highly recommend it. It's very good. I don't know if you can see it. It's kind of
you just go page by page, up and down.
So
make sure to get that glare out so Justin can read it. All right. So Brandon's musical segment of the week.
Okay. So the band I'm going to be mentioning this week is called Idola. I believe that's how you pronounce it. It's Eidola. Idola. Basically, I mean, their genre is considered rock, I guess, if you look them up, but they're definitely more unique than just rock. If I were to compare them to anything, I would say they are a mix between Tool and Dance Gavin Dance.
You're a tool.
God damn it. Especially in their newest album, I feel like that comes through the most. And their newest album is crap.
It's crap. Damn, Brandon.
Damn.
Wow, you're recommending crappy albums?
It is To Speak, To Listen. I would definitely recommend starting with that album. It's very good. Throughout the entire album, it's like every song feels like an extension of the next or the previous one, but they all still feel unique in their own. So that is my band recommendation for the week.
There we go. Musical.
Actually, I got one thing.
Mhm.
So
this was Brandon's segment.
I know it's not music. It's from the recommendations. I actually have an actual better recommendation even than Flash. Is that get the Hoopla app, and hopefully your local library supports it, because if you want to read comics, they have like every DC trade, every DC trade. So I mean, I kind of like the paper ones better. But if you're something that you don't really want to buy, you just want to try and test it out first. That's kind of how I've been doing it. Like with Justice League, that's what I did. I just read the first volume of that instead of buying it. So just Hoopla Digital in the Apple Store. I don't know on Android because I don't really give a fuck.
Damn. So actually, I'm gonna build on that. So I've downloaded the Overdrive app, which I believe your wife uses. And so you do have to have a local, like a library card. And basically, I have a issue with my library because like they have the digital versions of like comics and stuff like that, and also like Game of Thrones books, but only certain people can rent out a digital book. Like there's a wait list for a digital version of a book. I don't really know how the fuck that happens, but
maybe they allocate licenses. Like, we only have two.
Maybe, but
that's
fucked up.
That's weird. Like, what?
Is this the one in Prince Frederick?
No, it's it's like just the Maryland State Library Association or something. I don't know.
Yeah, because with the Hoopla, I think you get 10 rentals a month, but I haven't hit that quota yet because I just own a bunch of stuff I'm trying to read. But like the one that he just showed is on there, so I was like, oh, I can just check it out like that instead of trying to track it down.
Gotcha. All right, let's get back to music. So we're going to talk about, you can do either one, I think, if you want. Guilty pleasure bands or songs you like. And then maybe some top songs or albums that were most influential in your life. If you want, you can do either one, and we can maybe hold the other one for another time, or do them both now. Whatever you
Let's
feel
just
like.
whip them out.
All right.
Steve's like, let's try to wrap this up.
Whip. Yeah, no,
He's getting
I
it.
have nothing to do. I was just,
Seems like I gotta poop.
that would be terrible, but I do not. All right, let's do guilty pleasure bands or songs.
It's like nobody wants to
started.
go.
Somebody. I ain't
I'll
got
go.
look, now everybody wants to go first. Tony,
It's just
Tony, you go first.
One of my guilty pleasures is Madonna, Into the Groove. I love that song. I can sing that whole, like, I'm awful at lyrics, like remembering lyrics. I could sing that whole song like with the right pitch and everything.
Do it right now.
Right now.
You don't get this for free.
That's on our Patreon page.
Yeah. Like that, and there's another song I like. It's by this like trio of women called Vanity Six. They're like from the 80s. They're like from like they branch away from like Prince. They call Vanity Six, and there's one song called Nasty Girl. I really like that song. It's from the 80s. It's actually okay, never mind. But anyway, it's a good song. And then another guilty pleasure, which I don't think it's actually guilty because I think everybody likes it. Seal, Kiss from a Rose. Goddamn greatest song ever.
That's your Taking Back Sunday song.
If that song wasn't associated with Batman, would you like it?
I would still like it. And then one more. There's one song by this girl named, I think it's Desiree. It's called I'm Kissing You. The reason I know the song and the reason I like it's a slow song. It's a very slow song. It's because it's in the Romeo and Juliet with Leonardo DiCaprio.
You're not making it any better. You're not making it.
I know. It's in the scene when they first meet each other at the big party that the Capulets have, and they play that song. I really like that song. I don't care. Judge me.
You don't have to defend yourself. This is a guilty pleasure segment. There's no judgment here. Justin, I think, is listening to songs so that he knows which ones to talk about. Brandon, we'll move on to you.
All right, so this first one is not. I just want to be clear. It's not because Kirk Cousins was singing it the other day.
You want to dance with somebody?
Yep, Whitney Houston.
You want to feel the heat? You want to feel the heat with somebody?
Every once in a while, when I'm not into the music that's like playing from my playlist, I'll just kind of search that one and blare it. The next one is Ace of Base, The Sign. Such a good song.
Okay.
And then let's see, I don't know. I guess Miley Cyrus, Party in the USA. It's always a good song, especially when you're drunk.
I can dig it.
And then I guess the last one is Iconopop, All Night. So I want to make it clear, it's just that one song from them. Like I can't stand that. I can't stand that other song. I Don't Care or whatever.
And has Charlie X.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like just yeah.
I cut it slack because I think Charlie X. She's the one saying that, right?
I don't know.
I think so.
That song,
I think she's the one. Yeah.
I cut him some slack.
All right,
Justin.
so yeah, that's my guilty pleasures.
All right, so I'm gonna rapid fire a few of them, and then I'll spotlight a few. So Tovlo, I like her a lot. Like I don't really feel guilty about it, but whatever. Like newer Bieber stuff, I don't know. Sometimes I just like listening to it, especially that one song he did with Jack U, which is like Skrillex and the other dude. I forgot the other guy that's in there, but that "Where Will You Know That I Need You." Yeah, that one. So that
Good
one.
God.
And then NSYNC's their first album, I pop that on.
Jesus, come on! Stop taking my shit. God damn.
That first album, I used to. Okay, so back in the day, it was definitely a guilty pleasure because I was in middle school, and I literally be like this, and someone be like, "What are you listening to?" And I'm like, Metallica.
And then it's like bye bye bye.
It's like it's a difference. That's the wrong song. I got just go away.
What the hell? This isn't Metallica.
This isn't Metallica.
Good God.
And then one that's probably you guys won't even know what I'm talking about, but it's John Cicada, Just Another Day. I don't know. I'll play it real quick. I got the chorus, and maybe you'll hear it, and you'll just be like, "Oh, okay, I know what it is." You just didn't know what it was.
Oh, I love that song. I absolutely love that song.
Yeah,
I love
that song. I listen to, like, sometimes I'll just be like, I'll just be like in a good mood in the morning. Like I just like woke up and when I said bed, I'm just like, gentlemen of the day. And then Celine Dion, Power of Love. That song I like a lot. Sometimes just like I hear, I'm like, that's a good song. And then finally is Tim McGraw and Faith Hill, Let's Make Love.
I love that song.
Love. That song.
What's the song from Titanic? Is that Celine Dion? Where's
Yeah, My Heart Will Go On.
Yeah, that's My Heart Will Go On.
Is that like near, far, wherever you are?
Yes, that is that song. So okay. So I had NSYNC on mine. Most of anything really NSYNC. Most of the early stuff though. I do like a lot of Taylor Swift, even though you said she was overrated. One of mine that you guys don't really probably listen to is Psy. The
Chandelier.
No, not Sia. Psy.
Mother, father, gentleman.
Yeah.
Okay.
So he had Gangnam Style, he had Gentleman, and he had another one which I can't even really remember the name now. But he had a new album come out, and a lot of those songs are actually pretty good. I have no fucking clue what he's saying, but
in Yoja.
Yeah, pretty much. One other one I had was 1,000 Miles by Vanessa Carlton. I feel like a lot of people's guilty pleasure is that song.
Yeah.
I just picture Cal driving like making my way down.
Oh, I sing this shit. For me, I don't really have like these aren't really guilty pleasure songs because I will sing anything. I don't care what it is.
That's the thing is I feel
Brandon
like
and Tony know. It doesn't matter. I'll sing.
Yeah,
So.
guilty pleasure is kind of like a weird term. So I'm like, I don't really feel guilty about liking them. It's just people are probably like, whoa, why do you?
Yeah, it's more other people's. Yeah, and then a really random one that I really like is Africa by Toto. I really like that song. If there was on the song like you had, Justin, if there was like an 80s and 90s adult contemporary playlist, that I would feel like I would like a lot of those songs that would be on that type of playlist.
It's kind of weird. Like when I was like in high school or maybe in like even middle school, there was like a bunch of music where I'm like, oh, that's garbage. That's terrible. And like now I'm like, that's what I listen to.
I think back then though, Back then, it was because of the status of if you listen to it, like you didn't want to be known as that type of guy, right? So
now you just don't give a fuck.
Right? Like back then, it was my sister listens to NSYNC, so that's why I know the words.
Right?
It's like fuck you, I'm gonna sing bye bye bye. I don't really care. So, do you guys want to go into the influential stuff? Do you want to get down and in the feels?
I'm okay with that.
All right. Tony, start us off.
So mine's are all like kind of like they're influential in the case that they're the thing that got me in that.
Yeah, that's how mine are.
Got me into that branch. So one of mine's it's actually just a song. It's 9 Inch Nails' March of the Pigs. It's off their second album, The Downward Spiral. I think it's the second or third album, and that kind of really got me into like. Prior to that, I like Korn, Deftones, like Limp Bizkit, that stuff. Like 9 Inch Nails got me into like the Marilyn Manson, even though they're all like in the same, they're like all in the same family. Like listening to 9 Inch Nails and like industrial stuff kind of got me into like the Marilyn Mansons, and then like the Slipknots, and then from there it got me into like the more like Hatebreed, the more heavy. I got more heavier after that, so that was influential to me. Another one I have is A Tribe Called Quest, Scenario, their song Scenario, which is like probably one of the first rap songs I really listened to and liked as a kid, you know, because my mom would always play, it's like she really liked them. She always played them in the car. And like that kind of got me, like I like a lot of rap music, but there's a specific type I like. And it's kind of like that kind of music, which is hard
more hip hop.
It's more like jazzy. It has a more like groovy jazziness to it. That kind of stuff I like. And then like there's a lot of stuff a lot of stuff didn't pop in my head, but another one now is Best Coast, their first CD, which they are the kind of the ones that got me into like the stuff I'm into now. They got me into like the indie or like female fronted bands and stuff like that. Even though a lot of the female bands I like now are heavier, they kind of got me into that. Like they branched me over into my hipster mode.
So it's their fault that you are like you are.
Yes, you can be thankful for them.
Okay. All right. Any other ones?
I mean,
There's
Corn,
probably, there's probably a lot.
like Corn might be they might be the most influential. I think they might be like the first rock band I ever bought a CD from. Ever, I think. Yeah, I think they might be the first rock band I like actively saved money, bought a CD, and listened to. And yeah, and from them I just kind of branched out.
Branched out.
Yeah.
All right, Brandon.
So mine are kind of similar to Tony's in that they kind of got me into the certain genres and stuff like that. The first one is probably going to be, let's see. Even though you guys all said they were overrated, Green Day's Basket Case was like one of my first like kind of punk rock songs that I've ever heard before, and that got me into like Census Fail and a lot of those other types of bands. Another band that like early on that got me into like certain stuff was Offspring and their song Self Esteem. It's a really good song. Like I think Smash was like one of the first like cassettes I ever had. So that was always like something I was playing constantly.
For our younger listeners, cassettes were like little.
they're little big,
music.
Those things in the
That's
car.
going back actually.
The things in the car that you probably stick your iPhone in to hold it. That's not an iPhone holder. That is a cassette player. People.
Yeah.
You know, in Guardians of the Galaxy, there's Volume Mix, Volume 1 to Volume 2. That's on a cassette. That's a cassette. Okay, now we got the reference in there.
Right. They're like, oh, I got it now.
Yeah. Okay. Next one is Census Fail. Their song, their whole album, Let It Unfold You, was really good. And then the song Tire Down was just the first song I ever heard from them because it was the first song on the album. But that band, they definitely got me into like the whole, like, or I guess post-hardcore / screamo music. And from there, that's pretty much like the music that has dominated like my playlists since, and that was like early, like high school and stuff like that. So they've probably been one of the more influential like bands for me. After that, Under Oath, same thing. Like They're Only Chasing Safety was the album. And then I think the song that's always like popped out for me it's a long name. It's A Boy Brushed Red, Living in Black and White. And that song is it's so good. Like, I remember going to the first concert and like hearing it come on and like just being super excited. And, but yeah, same thing with that. It's just like, they got me into like some of the heavier music that I listen to now and stuff. So yeah. And I think that's it.
Very nice. Very nice. Justin?
Avenged Sevenfold's Waking the Fallen. It was kind of the same thing. Got me into screamo and metal, like that kind of stuff. Because before I kind of like metal, or I guess Metallica would be kind of almost an influential in their own right. Because I'm like, oh, this is this band kind of sounds like a screamo version of Metallica, and then this band sounds like this. But that also because that album was before they kind of like got popular, like pretty popular now. So I kind of just felt like they were my personal band. Like no one knew about them, and I remember being on the street team and like pushing that album and like being like, hey, telling friends you need to listen to this album and like it's really good, and being like, so. That was back when they were screamo though, and they're not screamo anymore. So don't go listen to Avenged Sevenfold thinking they're screamo. And then City in Color, which is actually Dallas from Alexis on Fire. It's his like acoustic music, and the song Death of Me and Waiting, both those songs, because before I met my wife, I kind of just was like in this like I just have these like times where I just kind of get low and be like, oh, I'm just gonna be alone forever kind of thing.
Emo Justin.
What?
Emo Justin.
Right. No, kind of, but like I would just listen to his music when I was like at work, and like it would kind of like make me feel better because some of his music is kind of like about that kind of feeling, so you just didn't feel alone. So it was kind of influential and just making me feel better about myself. And then the last one, I'll just keep it short, is Lonely Island. I'm on a boat / Dick in a Box. Because like it just made me like the music kind of like made me like feel like, you know what, you can like do funny stuff and just be like crazy and nuts, and people will accept it kind of thing. So it was kind of like like Senior Batman and that I do sometimes, which will be introduced sometime down the road. And I mean, I'm not Senior Batman, I produce it. But anyways, just like stuff like that. I started doing parodies and stuff like that sometimes, and it's like them was kind of like the first band. I was like, oh, they're like actually like really funny, and they do kind of like stuff like this, and they were like those two. So like I'm on a boat and stuff like that. It's just, I don't know, it's just hilarious, and it's another one of those. I guess I don't even call it a guilty pleasure, but it's one of like it comes on, I know all the lyrics, and I'm like, I'm on my shit.
True. Can't wait for us to speak with Senor and see what his thoughts are on the upcoming football season. All right, so the very first CD I ever bought was actually Hybrid Theory, like bought with my own money, was Hybrid Theory from Linkin Park. I feel like that was influential in a lot of our generation's teenagers. So that one there, it kind of got me into music. NSYNC, basically, my sister, like I said, listened to NSYNC a lot, and we always hung out. So that was kind of a thing for me. The second CD that I ever bought was actually Chocolate Starfish and Hot Dog Flavored Water. And that was influential in me learning to like the word fuck, because I knew it was a bad album, but I didn't know it was that bad for that song. And I played it. We had a big speaker system in my house at the time, and so I played it really loud, and my mom was there, and she did not appreciate that song. So that got me into that.
Just about that song, I remember that album came out, and then like I was like, I don't know if me and my cousin were listening to it, and someone else we were going to school with, like they come up and they're like, that chorus is ripped off from 9 Inch Nails. That song's fucking shit. And then I'm just like, oh, okay.
Well, okay.
I didn't say that. 9 Inch
Right.
Nails.
Actually, I like the album a lot. I actually like it.
Which one?
I like it. The hot dog, the chocolate.
Oh yeah,
sauce,
I like the album. Yeah, I like the album too.
It's probably the best one.
Yeah. So this is really random and not really a song or an artist. Midnight Club 2, the video game. the music that was on that game,
the soundtrack.
The soundtrack that was on that game, pretty much like that was like the first rap stuff that I ever like got into. And so it was like kind of like, I don't really even know if it was called rap then, but like it had like Manny Fresh and like that kind of stuff. It had like I can't even think of his name now. Shit. Oh well. Anyway, that had a lot of stuff, which pretty. And then like honestly, Brandon and Patrick Darren are one of our friends. You two, your music. I wasn't really like big into finding music, but then you guys introduced music, and I'm like, oh, this is pretty cool. I like this. Before I was like, I listened to DC 101 and 99.5, and that was really all I listened to. Like, listen to this band. Oh, this is pretty cool. Listen to this band. That's pretty cool. So, those are my influential musics. Did I have? No, that was it. That's all my influential music. Also, Crazy. When you mentioned Offspring, Brandon, the first thing I thought of was actually Crazy Taxi. All I Want from the Offspring.
Yeah.
Yeah. I would actually say there's probably one of the Madden soundtracks I would say were influential. Not recently, but
the one
that's actually how I discovered Avenged Sevenfold, is because Chapter 4 was on like Madden 2003 or 4.
The early Maddens had wonderful soundtracks.
Mm-hmm.
Like
they mixed it up well. Like it wasn't like now this year it's like we got some bangers. And it's like, what are you talking about?
If you don't like rap,
football game.
If you don't like rap, you're not gonna like Madden 18 soundtrack.
They're like, we got some bangers. It's lit up in here, fam. And I'm just like, it was literally how the blog was written. It was written by like a teenager. I'm like, what is going on right now? Like this shit's on fleek. Here's some bangers on the soundtrack. Here's the whole soundtrack. You can light that shit up over at Spotify. I'm like, what is going on in this post?
So thank God
I don't want to buy Madden now.
Thank God that Spotify itself is now on Madden. I mean, now on Xbox, that I can just listen to my.
Guys, like turn off all music.
Right.
Turn on my music.
Yeah.
Amen.
But that'll do it, I think. Anybody got any last words?
Just for next week, we will be starting a 2-part series that will be over. Like we'll do one of the parts next week, and then an episode the week after, and then the final part of Marvel and DC.
We've done Marvel and DC before, kind of talking about stuff, but I think we're going to focus. One episode will be Marvel, one episode will be DC, and we'll kind of talk about those.
Yeah. My guess is we'll do DC first, just because Metal comes out Wednesday. And then Marvel has Legacy, which comes out end of September, so we'll just try to get a little bit closer to that.
Yeah.
But we'll see.
Keep an eye out
You'll
for
be getting
our
a Marvel or a DC episode next week.
Right. Keep an eye out for our spurts talk in the next 3 weeks. Hopefully we'll be able to do Facebook Live.
If you tried to watch that shit, apologies. That leg was really bad.
I did have a person yesterday, Eric, who you met when you were here. He said he was trying to watch it, but he couldn't, obviously. So I told him it was on
YouTube. It'll be fixed because I'm just gonna do it from the desktop where it's hardwired, and then we would. Although I think that was Facebook's issue. I really do because I did a video in my fantasy league and it worked fine. So it was fine. So I think it was just
did the video too, and
So I think it was just happened to that.
But okay. All right. Well, follow us on iTunes, like us, subscribe. YouTube, you can follow us as well. Whatever podcast service you listen to. Follow us on Facebook at Same Person Radio. Twitter's at Same Person Radio. Tony's going to actually be social media posting. Hopefully, some of the links to the songs that we talked about. And I think that's it, guys.
You just post links to all of his.
Right.
I don't remember theirs.
Okay.
Oh, there's other people in this podcast?
All right.
Alrighty. Adios.
See ya.
See ya.